Hi guys, you are seeing me as a total mess in my pajamas with awful eyes because my husband and I went to a Renaissance festival because that's how nerdy we are. And I wore lots of heavy eyeliner. So I'm just a raccoon. But anyway, this is my never give up. Boy, that's a glare. Never give up, never surrender video. Um, I have a video will be out tomorrow where I did a really big canvas. It was a pour over a painting that did not turn out so well, and I was worried about crazing. And turns out I should have been because it crazed. And I loved the painting, the new one, so I was pretty bummed. I thought, well, it's ruined. It's crazing like crazy, so it's going to be really bad. So I dipped a little canvas, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And I really wanted to dip a big canvas because the colors were beautiful, but I don't have another place to dry without walking through my house, and I thought that was probably a bad idea to have paint drips all over the house on my way to dry. Gosh, I look terrible, guys. Anyway, but I really wanted to show you guys this and give you guys some encouragement when you come to a bad painting. Either make something of it or learn something and move on. And this time I decided to make something of it. Since it was a pour, over a pour, I knew the canvas was done for. There was no point in pouring the paint off and trying to do another one again. It would just craze again. So I thought, why not dry a painting on top of the ruined painting? I can put cups on a ruined painting. It's not going to ruin it anymore. So anyway, I'm going to flip-flop the camera. Doop-de-doop-de-doop. Okay, here we go. So this painting underneath was just my ruined one. You can see it started to craze really bad, and I'm almost positive it's the painting underneath. But just to be sure, I dipped this little one, partly just to be sure that it was a painting underneath and not my mixture of paint medium, because if it was my mixture of paint medium, this one would crack as well. But if it was a painting underneath and the paint was fine, then this one will turn out fine. So I did a little one, a little tiny dip. I liked the way it turned out. And so then I thought, well, I can't ruin a painting anymore. So I dipped this bigger canvas and thought, well, I'll dry it on top of the painting. This one's still wet, but since it's ruined with all this crazing, and then I dipped it, which really ruined it, and scraped it to add more paint, which ruined it even more. So I just put cups on top of it to dry this painting, and this one turned out lovely. I'm really happy with that. So all this to say, to show you guys, is when you have a bad pour, you know, sometimes you do just have to move on and say, you know what, I learned something from it. It's a bad pour. I'm going to walk away. And sometimes you can make something good out of it. I've had some that I've poured and I mess with it and I mess with it and I mess with it, and I figure either I'll get mud or a really good picture or a really good painting. And sometimes I love what I come out with, and sometimes I don't. But I just keep going, and this was a keep going moment. I had this canvas. Ooh, rotate device. It's telling me rotate. Okay, so I'll rotate. So I had this canvas, and I thought, you know, it's telling me to rotate. Sorry guys, I'm like moving the camera around. My phone keeps telling me to rotate device. So I'm rotating the device. So anyway, you know, I dipped this just to see what would happen, and I'm really happy with it. So never give up and never surrender. If you have to walk away, that's not necessarily giving up. That's just saying I'm going to learn something from it and move on and try again tomorrow. And sometimes you can keep going with it, do something a little bit different, and make something you really like. But my theory is that either I'm going to end up with something I love or something I'm going to hate, but either way I'm going to learn something, and it will help me in the future. Pouring, you know, like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. So happy pouring, guys. Keep going even if you don't like it. Learn something. There's also nothing wrong with pouring your paint right off the canvas and starting over. But never give up. Just keep going, because right when you think you've had a bad night and you're really bummed, you might end up with something you love, either messing with it, or the next day when you do your next painting, you might say, oh my gosh, I was about to give up, and now I have something I absolutely love. So, anyway, it's the middle of the night. I'm tired. nobody's watching because everybody else is asleep, which I should be too. So happy pouring, guys. Comment, let me know how your struggles are, your ups and your downs. I'd love to see pictures. I'm on social media. I'm on some of the pouring groups. Acrylic pouring is one of them. I'll link to it in the description bar when I post this video. Because it's always good to share our failures and our successes. This is both. This is a failure. This is a success. So I will see you next time, guys. This was me just being real with makeup running and in my pajamas. But sometimes we just have to share. So keep it up. I'm babbling because I'm exhausted. Happy pouring, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.